Hey guys, it's Impractical Gaming and welcome to week 2 of my Animal Crossing Island. Now I was planning to make this bi-weekly or monthly, but I thought I made some progress in the last week and I wanted to show you guys. Now the living room is more or less the same. I've done some customization, I've done some feng shui and moved some stuff about. The espresso machine is now in the top left corner along with the crafting table rather than it being by the window where the writing chair is currently. We still don't have a TV, I've moved the stereo over here and the Nintendo Switch as well. But we do have a blank space here until I can think of something pretty good to put there. But the Apple TV is an option. It's just that it doesn't really fit with the aesthetic that I've got going here, so I decided to not use it. The bottom left we still have our studio. I've moved both guitars here now. And I do plan to move this into a separate room, not the current room I have over here. But once I make another room, I'll probably move all of the studio stuff there and change this area into something else. But for now, let's move into the kitchen. It's a fairly bog standard kitchen. We don't really have a lot going on. We have a table, some more tables over here with some kitchen appliances, and 2 ovens, a pizza oven and a clay oven, and a shelf over here. There's not really a lot going on. The sink isn't even meant to be for the kitchen. I think it's meant to be for the bathroom actually. But the appliance that I do want to have is this ironwood kitchenette, but I don't really have the recipe for an ironwood dresser or cutting board, which is quite frustrating. So until I get that, we're gonna have to make do with this. There's not a lot to show here. We kind of have a decent enough wallpaper, which I thought works for a kind of kitchen setup. But until I get some more important stuff, this is kind of what I've got going on at the minute. But for now, let's show you the main island. Now we've made a couple of changes and one pretty big change. One of the changes is that the back garden has been increased by a small amount, about 1 or 2 squares, and we've put a pool in the back garden. Now I was planning to make a public pool area, but we didn't really have anywhere that I thought would kind of make a good public pool area. So for the time being, I decided to put it in my back garden. And I've also changed the fencing from the standard fencing to bamboo lattice fencing because I thought it looked a lot cooler basically. There's no other reason other than that. Moving into the middle, past the trees and into the residence services area, we have the fountain, which is improved from the clay fountain, or the clam fountain I think it was, from the previous video. I'm planning to make this into like a Central Park-ish area with like surrounding shrubs and bushes and trees and flowers. But I thought I'd lay the groundwork by putting the fountain here, smack bang in the middle of where resident services is. Moving to the right, which is the more residential area, we have a lot of the houses over here. Like this is Maple's house, this is Sylvia's house. So I thought I'd decide to build a bridge that kind of connected the land between all of them. I was planning to put it over here, but there's bamboo shoots growing here at the minute, which I'm planning to do a little thing, which I'll probably expose in the next couple of videos. Over here, we do have a bit of a problem. Anacotti's house is pretty much in the way of the bridge and it kind of ruins the paths that I'm planning to make in the future. So I may have to spend some bells to kind of move her house a bit further up over here, or maybe just move it onto a different part of the island altogether. Going into the middle, we still have Nook's Cranny, which I'm planning to build out past instead of having this log bridge, so it looks a lot more impressive. But other than that, nothing's really changed with Nook's Cranny. It's still kind of the central area of where I'm going with this island. Moving on to the left side, we still have a flower bed, which has a lot more tulips in full bloom. Some of them are even growing by themselves. And over here we have the lifeguard chair. Now I was planning to make this into kind of like a beach area with a lot of like sun deck chairs and stuff like that. But I don't really have anything that kind of matches up to that description at the minute. So I thought I'd kind of lay the groundwork and make this into a beach area by just putting the lifeguard chair there provisionally. And I cannot get this balloon for whatever. There we go. Open that up. Ooh, 30,000 bells, nice. Gonna need that for later. Now moving up north, which is where probably the biggest change is in the entire island. If I can get the right commands. There we go. I've made kind of like a park over here with the AstroTurf. Well, it hasn't got AstroTurf like turf at the minute. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. But I've got the 2 football goals here, which cost about 8,000 miles in total. We've got the subs bench for the home and opposing team. We've got a little park clock in the corner, which I thought was pretty cool. Because I started with the AstroTurf, and then I decided to make this into a whole kind of park. So moving on to the right, we have like the sand pit area, the playground gym, a ping pong table, and like a ring toss, which I don't really see in a lot of parks, but I thought it looked kind of park-esque, so I decided to put it here. We've got a park bench, we've got a snack dispenser. I was planning to get a drink dispenser as well, but there wasn't really enough room for that here. And we have this little brick incline that leads straight into Able Sisters, which I don't think was open in the last video, but it opened basically the day after, which is pretty cool. The only issue I have with this is that the incline is slightly off kilter to the entrance to Able Sisters, which is quite annoying because I wanted the path to kind of just go straight into Able Sisters like that. But I may have to move Able Sisters just slightly to the left so that it kind of matches up with the incline we've got going on over here. Moving to the right, we still have the shrine and stuff, and basically just the rest of the residential homes. I'm planning in the future to kind of make this into like the forest area up here and keep the residential area down here, which means I'll have to spend quite a few bells to kind of move everybody down. But at the minute, that's what my island looks like currently. I do have the Island Designer app, which I just recently got, which means I'll be able to build a lot of paths between people's houses and stuff like that. I can build like proper tree paths with like a path here and like a row of trees that leads up to Rex's house, for example, and stuff like that. So that's it from me. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and make sure to leave a comment down below about what you guys think about my island and about Animal Crossing New Horizons in general. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.